Hello and Assalamualaikum panel. Today I will present my research proposal titled Effect of Augmented Feedback on Shooting Performance Among Netball Players. This study aims to explore how augmented feedback can enhance motor skill critical to shooting accuracy and consistency. This is my table of content or outline. Augmented feedback refers to information from external sources that complement what a player's sensory system perceives. It is widely used to improve motor skill and learning. However, while prior studies like Baharuddin et al. 2021 demonstrate its benefit in overhead throws, its application to netball shooting remains unexplored. Many players at development level struggle with accuracy due to limited feedback during training. The gap in research lies in understanding how augmented feedback can specifically improve netball shooting. Addressing this will not only enhance player performance but also fill a critical void in sport training methodologies. The purpose of this study is to examine the effectiveness of augmented feedback in enhancing netball player shooting performance. We aim to improve key motor skill during the preparatory, execution, and follow-through phases of shooting. Research objectives included to examine the impact of augmented feedback on the shooting accuracy of netball players, then to determine the effectiveness of augmented feedback in enhancing shooting consistency among netball players, and last to compare the performance outcome, shooting accuracy and shooting consistency between netball players trained with augmented feedback and those without it. We hypothesize that there is no significant difference in shooting accuracy between players who receive augmented feedback and those who do not. Similarly, there is no significant improvement in consistency between the two groups. This research will benefit coaches, PE teachers, and players by demonstrating how augmented feedback can bridge the gap between trainings and game performance. It will also motivate players by boosting confidence through tangible performance improvement. However, the study has some limitations such as a small sample size, a controlled environment, a short training duration, and also a lack of incentive. It is also delimited to shooting skill among secondary school players or university students, excluding other skill or broader age group. For literature review, I have five journals that helped in my study. First, Bahadur et al. 2021, Mazli et al. 2018, and Pates et al. 2003. And then we have Mane et al. 2024, which is the latest one, and Wakefield et al. 2009. That is five journals that helped with my study. Existing studies, such as those by Baharuddin et al. 2021 and Wakefield et al. 2009, show that augmented feedback and mental imagery can significantly enhance motor skill and psychological readiness. This research will build on those findings to focus specifically on shooting performance. The conclusion of summary of literature review is augmented feedback and pet lab imagery effectively enhance performance and mental preparation. Combining this method may feature optimized athlete training and competition results. For conceptual framework, first we have independent variable, which is augmented feedback. We have KR, KP, biofeedback, and video feedback. And next we have dependent variable, which is shooting performance. We look forward to accuracy and consistency. And the last one is population. We have whose netball player who have basic skill of shooting or play netball as a hobby. We will use a true experimental design, dividing participants into control and experimental group. The experimental group will receive verbal and visual augmented feedback during a 4-week training period. Pre and post-test will measure accuracy and consistency using a standardized scoring sheet. The study used random sampling, dividing 8 female netball players into control and experimental group before the experiment began. All participants were selected from either secondary school or UIPM and had no prior experience with shooting training during physical educational lesson. This is the pre and post test layout, which is the goal post is the orange circle one, and the X green one is the where participant or student throw the ball. This is an example of pre and post test shooting test score sheet, which is contain 4 samples for one group, which is control group, and another one group is experimental group, which is consists accuracy for 45 degree, 0 degree, and 45 degree at the left or the right side, and then same goes to consistency. For the data collection procedure, the data collection involves first observation, which is researcher observe participant performance across phases, noting strength, weakness, and critical element. Second, intervention. Participants in the experimental group receive augmented feedback, such as verbal and visual cues to improve their throwing techniques. And then post observation, which is researcher reassess performance using the same checklist to identify improvement post intervention. For the three phases, which is preparatory, execution, and follow through. Statistical analysis will involve petty tests to compare pre and post test results. We will use G-power to ensure the study's statistical validity. For flowchart, first we have ethical approval, and then screening procedure, and then pre-test, and then we will divide it to two groups, which is control group and experimental group. Control group, those who have 4 week training without augmented feedback, and experimental group, those who had 4 week training but with augmented feedback. And then we will go to post-test, and the last one we will have to do data analysis. The research will span from October 2024 to July 2025, covering proposal defense, data collection, analysis, and full writing. To conclude this study, to highlight the potential of augmented feedback in improving netball shooting performance, contributing valuable insight for coaches and players.